6 goals, 1 epic, Barcelona and Inter serve up Champions League chaos at Montjuïc. In a game that defied logic, physics, and the very idea of tactical structure, Barcelona and Inter Milan delivered a Champions League semi-final for the ages, a 6-goal spectacle that left fans breathless and the tie hanging by a thread. Twice Inter surged ahead and twice Barcelona clawed their way back from the brink, fueled by a 17-year-old sensation who once again showed the world why he might just be the next great thing in football. When the final whistle blew at the Olympic Stadium in Montjuïc, it was 3-3 on the night, but somehow that number felt far too small to describe what had just unfolded. Inter strike lightning twice. Barcelona hadn't even settled into their defensive posture when the unthinkable happened. Just 30 seconds in, yes, 30, Marcus Thuram stunned the hosts and sent shockwaves through the Catalan crowd with one of the most audacious flicks you'll see in Champions League history. Denzel Dumfries darted down the right flank and zipped in a low-driven cross. Thuram, improvising with flair, met it with a deft backheel that skipped past keeper Marc-Andre ter Stegen. It was the fastest goal ever scored in a semi-final of this tournament, a dagger, and it was only the beginning. Barcelona, shell-shocked and scrambling to regroup, barely had time to recalibrate before the second blow landed. This time, it was Dumfries again, only now he was the finisher. The Dutch wing-back capped off a sweeping Inter move with a scissor-kick volley in the 20th minute that thundered into the net and silenced the stadium. The scoreboard read 0-2. The fans were frozen. Barca looked lost. Inter, ruthless and efficient, had made Montjuïc feel like San Siro. It felt like the tie might be slipping away before it had even begun. But then came the twist, a twist with curly hair and a magical left foot. Enter Lamine Yamal, the 17-year-old who tore up the script with the weight of history and expectation on his teenage shoulders. Lamine Yamal did what only stars are born to do. He grabbed the match by the scruff of the neck and made it his own. In the 24th minute, Yamal picked up the ball on the right, skipped past not one, not two, but 3 Inter defenders with the kind of confidence usually reserved for all-time greats, and curled a left-footed shot that glanced off the post and nestled into the far corner. It was a goal that turned gasps into roars. Montjuïc erupted. The comeback was on. Yamal, playing in his 100th game for Barcelona, was electric all night. At just 17 years old, he orchestrated Barcelona's attacks like a seasoned general. He's now scored 22 goals and notched 33 assists for the club. Let that sink in. He hit the woodwork twice. He danced through defenders. He made seasoned pros look like cones in a training session. And though he didn't bag a brace, he lit the match that sparked Barca's fire. Torres levels it. Briefly, Barcelona poured forward, emboldened by Yamal's brilliance. Ferran Torres, playing in place of the injured Robert Lewandowski, looked sharp and hungry to make his mark. In the 38th minute, he did just that. Raphinha's looping header across the box found Torres in the chaos, and the Spanish forward poked it home from close range. 2-2, the game was level, the crowd in a frenzy. The first half had been a breathless, barnstorming display of footballing madness. 6 goals felt like a certainty, though few could have predicted how those final 2 would come. Dumfries again. But Barcelona refused to fold Inter to their credit, never blinked. Despite the pressure, despite the crowd, they stayed composed. And when they won a corner in the 63rd minute, Hakan Calhanoglu stepped up and delivered a perfect ball to, you guessed it, Denzel Dumfries. Dumfries rose highest and thundered his header past ter Stegen. 2-3, a brace for the Dutchman. Inter in the lead again. The travelling fans erupted. Their team had absorbed the best Barca could offer and hit right back. But this wasn't the same Barcelona that had collapsed so often in recent European campaigns. This was a side reborn under Hansi Flick, fresh off a Copa del Rey triumph against Real Madrid, a side with swagger and belief. Just 2 minutes later, Raphinha let fly from 25 yards with a rocket that crashed off the crossbar. As the ball ricocheted downward, it hit the back of goalkeeper Jan Sommer and trickled over the line. Call it luck, call it karma, but it was 3-3, and justice had been served. Styles make fights, and this one was glorious. This wasn't just a semi-final, it was a stylistic clash of ideologies. Inter, disciplined and dangerous on the counter, punished every lapse with machine-like precision. Their right side, anchored by Dumfries, was a highway of havoc. Barcelona's high defensive line often looked suicidal, but it's also what gave them the platform to create. Henrik Mkhitaryan thought he'd added a fourth for Inter, sliding in at the back post, but V